Hey, it's your co-host Steve. Welcome to Plain Donuts, and enjoy the show.
Fade in right now. We're fading in now.
Hey!
With Steve's new song, actually. Or should I not say that?
Well, no, because we could just... we could do an intro later.
Okay.
It's
been kind of a weird...
And then, once we have recorded the intro that you would have already heard, listening audience...
the magic of editing!
Wow. Once we've done that, then...
Yeah, you'll hear it, and it'll be good. Real good. Anyways, welcome to Plain Donuts Podcast.
Yeah, I'm your co-host, Steve.
And I'm your other co-host, Alicia. Welcome.
Welcome. If you heard the song that was playing, that one's brand new, and it's going to be our more consistent Plain Donuts theme song so that I don't have to put myself through a couple of nights of torture every week. So
it's gonna be real fire, though. It's gonna be number one on
iTunes.
Yeah, it's gonna win best original track on a podcast.
For sure. And I know they give that award out like every day.
Yeah, every single day.
They have a ceremony for it.
This is a crazy budget that iTunes has to give out this award.
It's Apple.
Oh, gosh.
One of the most wealthy countries in the companies. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's Monday, folks.
It is Monday. We're recording on a Monday this time because we try to release on a regular schedule but record on a crazy schedule.
You never know when we're recording.
Which is
behind
unfortunate.
The scenes.
Actually, speaking of you don't know when we're recording, maybe we should talk about it.
Oh. Steve's far away now. He's looking something up on the computer.
I just was thinking maybe we should say we're recording.
Oh, yeah, we should say we're recording. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're saying. Also, the survey, it says without prompting. This is on Facebook, by the way. Someone posted this.
I'm shouting because I know you can't hear me otherwise.
It says, without prompting, ask your husband these questions and write exactly what he says. The outcome could be hilarious. So, I'm actually going to save that for you, Steve. I'm going to ask you these questions.
Okay. Okay, great.
As we fill in the time as you think and write at the same time. So, here we go. What is something I always say?
Oh, I'm not your husband.
I know, that's why it's funny.
I don't really know. You don't. In my experience, you don't have a lot of like regular.
You have like catchphrases.
Regular speech. Like I say like a lot, and I notice it.
And he also says I'm sorry a lot. So I'll turn this around, and I will also answer the question. Steve says, geez, and it actually is really funny.
I do say, geez, you're right.
And I'm sorry a lot, and I think I shouldn't make fun of Steve, or even say that about Steve. Is that making fun of you? Do you feel bad that I'm saying those things?
Nah.
Okay. All right, next question.
I don't know why I said that way, but nah.
What makes me happy?
Reading books and great TV shows.
Those are things that I do like. Those do make me happy. What makes Steve happy? Steve is made happy and fulfilled in his life by, I think, being creative and having a good outlet for creative sorts of things and hanging out with his friends.
That's true.
And his really nice wife, which I think would hope makes Steve happy. I think it does. I'm guessing there, and I hope I'm correct. How tall am I?
Hanging out with my wife is awesome. Sorry. This is a running theme with the Plain Donuts podcast where
we update our social media on the podcast.
That's so
really great.
Okay.
And it's funny because usually right before we start recording, Steve and I will have like a little bit of a chat we'll have some really great conversations and things that we talk about. And sometimes I'm like, oh, we should record this. So when we should be recording, we're talking. And when we are recording, we're setting up our social media things.
It's so bad.
It's really bad.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm going to guess Steve is 6 feet tall.
Oh, close. 5'10".
5'10".
I would guess you are 5'8".
Oh, that's nice of you to say. I'm actually 5'5".
Really?
Which I learned recently. I thought I was 5'6" for a really long time, but...
I don't know how tall people are. I don't have a good gauge for, that kind of stuff.
You know how they have those, things by, restaurant doors that have, the height thing?
Oh,
so
yeah.
If someone robs you, you can, look at it and be like, yeah, they're approximately 6 feet tall.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I didn't realize that's what those were for, but that's
I think
awesome.
that's what it's for. I could be totally wrong. That might be a correction that we will need to have in our podcast later. But I wanted to bring up corrections because we do have some corrections.
Wait, we need to finish the quiz.
Oh, we do need to finish the quiz. Okay, sorry.
Let's not get too distracted.
We'll get to corrections in a second.
Yeah.
But let's see. What is my favorite thing to do?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Can I guess your favorite thing to do is internet things?
Not really.
Oh, dang it.
That's the thing that I do compulsively, but it's not necessarily my favorite thing. I need it, but it's not my thing.
It's just like heroin. I do it because I'm addicted, but not because I actually enjoy doing heroin. Not that I do not do heroin. Let me just get that out.
Thank you for clarifying that. I know a lot of people were real concerned about the state of your well-being. Let's see. Favorite thing to do... You already guessed wrong, so there's no pressure on me. Just hanging out with Otto and watching shows on TV.
Yeah, that's a pretty good favorite thing to do.
I think my favorite thing to do is probably along those same lines, honestly. Really, my favorite thing to do is to wake up in the morning whenever I feel like it.
Oh, that's a good favorite thing
That's not even the end of it.
Oh.
And then do, pretty much nothing the whole day.
That's really nice. I think when you have a Saturday with no plans, that's perfect.
It's so great.
Yeah, that's really good.
That never happens for me anymore, and so I just long for it. I long for it with my whole heart.
Steve has no free time anymore.
Somebody give me a day off.
All right. I'm going to skip because there's lots of questions.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to go towards the end here. If I could go anywhere, where would it be?
If I could go anywhere, where would it be? My guess would be somewhere like maybe Egypt.
Egypt? That'd be cool. I'd go to Egypt.
I don't know if that's... it's a hard thing.
Anywhere.
Mars, maybe?
Would you go to Mars if you could go anywhere? Well, actually, I probably should guess where you would go.
Here's the... before we go to that, the thing about Mars is that, all it is hot. It only has one climate. And people are like, I'm going to go live on Mars. And I'm like, oh, that would suck.
You realize you can't breathe the atmosphere, so you would be inside of a tube with people you probably don't like all day. I don't know.
It would be pretty bad.
Traveling to Mars, and I don't have a desire to travel out to outer space because everything in space is something always goes wrong.
Well, I don't really want to be a member of the Martian community because it's.
I love that you have this set type in your mind, that you can already stereotype, or these are the type of people that are in the Martian community.
I haven't really thought about it, but we could probably profile the type of person who would want to go to Mars and not come back.
Yeah, it's Martians.
Yeah. It would just be a really small group of people, and I feel like you wouldn't have any anonymity ever. You'd never just be able to go walk around with your headphones on, and nobody wants to talk to you or whatever.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do in downtown Salt Lake City. Just walk around by myself, go get some lunch or something. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, not my favorite thing to do. It's a thing I love to do. Favorite is a hard word to quantify, but
let's see. If you had to go anywhere, so I'm going to rule out space and Mars for you.
Great.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd I'm going to say Norway, maybe? Like a Western Europe.
Yeah,
maybe
Western
kind of
Europe.
place.
Western Europe is really where I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Like England. We're hoping to be able to. My sister, her husband is stationed in Sicily, Italy right now.
Cool.
So we're hoping to try to go to Italy next year because it's going to be our 10-year anniversary.
Oh, cool.
But I don't know. We're poor right now.
Oh, 10 years. All right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Right.
Any more questions?
Let's see if I can find a decent question, because these are kind of terrible for... I don't know. I'm not a fan of these questions. What is my favorite food?
Oh, like, I think Otto's favorite food is probably your Indian cooking, but I don't think that's probably your favorite food.
It's not my favorite food.
I wouldn't know what to say. Like, maybe like a coffee and a pastry, maybe? That's pretty good. I really like food, but I have to say one of my favorite foods is authentic Japanese ramen. I really love it. It's just, I've never, I didn't grow up with it, but it feels like such like a comfort food. Yeah.
I really like it. For you, I don't know, I'm going to say I'm really feeling chicken sandwich, and I don't know why. You just look like a guy that would really love a good chicken sandwich.
What are you trying to say? I do love a good. Here's my problem is, and probably somewhat like you, I grew up eating all kinds of different foods. That's one of the things that I'm super appreciative about growing up, was that we ate like all kinds of different foods all the time. So I have a problem finding a favorite, because growing up it was like shepherd's pie, but then I also really loved spaghetti, but also like lasagna. My wife makes a really good lasagna. I love Italian food, but I also love like traditional Japanese ramen and sushi.
Yeah, sushi. I think we can just go ahead and say food is delicious, and Steve and I really love it.
I mean, if you're a sponsor type listening to this and you have a food thing, we will take food for a sponsorship. We will take DiGiorno's.
We will take...
We'll take anything. Anything,
we'll
really.
Take Pepperidge Farm. We'll take
Jackie's cheese food truck. I don't care.
Oh, man.
I like that name, Jackie's cheese food truck.
I like it because I don't know exactly what kind of food is being served there.
And then if you're like a chefy type, you have a broad scope of options. That'd be cool to do like a little fondue to go, which I don't know if that's possible to have fondue to go, but I feel like food trucks have evolved so much recently that you could essentially have any kind of food that you wanted. You could get away with like even what's that Canadian food with the cheese curds on top?
Oh, is it poutine?
Yeah, that's the one.
That looks good. I would go for a poutine food truck.
There is a food truck that served poutine that's been around. But anyway.
Oh, what? Hey, we're doing another shout out for our Canadian audience.
Oh my gosh.
We talk about our non-existent Canadian
If you have Canadian friends,
share.
You should share this podcast with them, because we actually want a Canadian audience.
Yeah, we would love to have a Canadian fan, and we would do a shout out to you. We would even talk about you on social media, on the podcast. And as we set it up on the podcast.
Oh, jeez. I did it again. I said, oh, jeez. Like always. Okay.
Da-da-da.
All right. So I think we could probably be done with the quiz.
Yeah. I think we got as much out of that as we could have gotten for taking a quiz that we're supposed to read out loud to our spouses that we didn't do. So.
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's move on to confessions.
Oh, confessions.
Or no, not confessions.
Corrections.
Yes. Thank you. Man, words tonight.
Oh, words are hard. So I'm sure I have more corrections than this, but these are the only two that I can think of, because after I had listened to the episode, I messaged Steve right away, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I made these stupid dumb mistakes. I feel so dumb. And I noticed I do misspeak a lot, and I try and correct myself immediately after.
I do it too, and I didn't even go back. Like I said earlier, like if we went back to the first episode, we could make so many corrections. So this will probably be a recurring theme on the podcast. Corrections.
And I don't want to say this, but I'll just say this anyways.
Oh.
If you hear us say something's wrong, feel free to correct us. And I'm saying this mostly just to jazz up our Facebook interaction. And I know people love correcting other people. People really love it. So if you hear us misspeak,
if you relish correcting people, we are wrong a lot.
But be nice, because I'm a little sensitive. So don't just be like, oh, she's so stupid and she talks like she's got a sock in her mouth. Or whatever.
You don't talk like you have a sock in your mouth. Maybe like a baby sock.
Oh, baby sock. A small baby sock that I put over the tip of my tongue. It's kind of weird.
Hashtag tongue sock.
I can't wait to see that blow up on Twitter.
Just
tongue sock. And it's just connected to something that doesn't even have anything to do with, like, Malcolm X is awesome. Hashtag tongue sock.
Tongue sock.
Anyways, okay. I haven't even got to corrections yet.
No.
Anyways, so
I keep distracting you. I'm sorry.
For my corrections, on a previous episode of the podcast where I talked about my ethnicity/race, I said the capital of Guyana is New Amsterdam. That is incorrect. The capital of Guyana is actually Georgetown. So there we go.
For me, we'll just trade off.
Okay, yeah.
On the last episode, I said that the Hamilton mixtape, and it's clearly not the whole mixtape because some more tracks came out that are so dope. But I said that my shot was, that's where I said that I didn't love the production, and the production I said was the Black Keys. It's not the Black Keys, it was the Roots, and that's who Black Thought is in. He's in the band The Roots. So
I can see where you kind of got a little...
I don't know how to speak or remember things or whatever. I don't even know how I survive the days usually.
Alright, so my last and final correction for today, I mentioned when I was ranting about the French accent for Lumiere and the Beauty of the Beast. I don't remember who I said was the voice actor.
Did you say Josh Gad?
Josh Gad. I said Josh Gad, but he actually plays really good memory, Steve. He plays another character in Beauty and the Beast, but he does not play Lumiere. Ewan McGregor plays Lumiere. So, there you go.
For me, I have a clarification because my brother-in-law came at me like, yo, when you said Hamilton had an affair, you said that was honorable. And I was like, no, dog, it's never that easy. It's always more complicated. What I meant was that Hamilton publicly confessing his affair so as to clear himself of other accusations was honorable. In my opinion, of course I could be wrong.
IMHO.
Yes. You know what? And that, I hate IMHO, actually. Because when you refer to something of your own as humble, it's inherently not humble.
In my humble brag opinion.
In my humble opinion. Oh, tell us more about how humble you are, sir.
Oh, man. Humble brags are just the worst. If you do that, just stop. Just don't do that.
How to recognize a humble brag. What's a good humble bragging scenario?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm always late to work. I frequently have to take these 5 orphans to school so they don't have to walk, and so I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't know. Is that a good one? I feel like that's bad.
I don't know. Like,
I'm really, man, I'm doing a lot of these things. I'm sorry it's taking me so long, but I'm a perfectionist. So I need to make sure everything comes out 100% correct.
Right. Oh, here's a good one.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry I'm late for this meeting. I had to take my Tesla to get work done. Oh, okay. That's all right.
It's like, oh, okay.
I don't know if those are actually good humble brags, though. Like,
you should share us your best humble brag next time.
Give us your best humble brag.
We'll put them in the podcast next time, even though I don't like humble brags, but come at me with them because I'll be like, oh, this is so bad, but it's so good.
It's so easy to mock people and their humble brags.
Humble brags.
So, hashtag humble brag.
Hashtag humble brag.
Why do we keep hashtag? I keep saying hashtag humble brag like it's going to improve our SEO. Like hashtag this and that.
Hashtag tongue suck. Oh, man.
Hashtag fishbowl. Hashtag water. Like, it doesn't help when you say it out loud. You have to put it somewhere where search engines can search.
You know, what we could do is use trending hashtags in the podcast rather than trying to create our own.
You know what we
hashtags?
should do actually is post up and this is actually really dumb because it's advice. It's advice for us that I'm giving. We should figure out a way to get transcripts of the podcast and post those with the podcast because those are searchable, so you might end up with just like organic traffic. SEO advice from Plain Donuts. Yeah. Hashtag
Tweet
you're
us
welcome.
your best transcript
software
application.
Yeah.
Just tweet us that.
You know what would be good is if you would just transcript our podcast for us.
Hey, if you're a really dedicated Plain Donuts fan.
There are things that are popular enough that people will transcript them. I wonder if people have kind of like a fetish for it, not in a sexy way, but like
I love transcribing this. This NPR story is so good, it's so sexy right now.
I feel so hot right now.
It's getting warm in here. I gotta take off. I am actually taking off my sweater.
Sorry for embarrassing everyone. So anyway, yeah, transcripting actually. If you have your own podcast and you have the ability to transcript it. In fact, I know, so for example, the Lore podcast, I'm pretty sure Aaron Mankey, who writes and produces it, he just writes it up beforehand. Cool. I think he writes it up as like an essay and then reads it and puts music behind it and that kind of thing.
Oh, clever.
So that way he can say, here's a transcript, it's already done.
Right? Done. Huh.
So, and I know actually, if you're curious, some pastors do the same thing where they write up their transcript beforehand and then just memorize it as well as they can so that they can put it up online or whatever later.
Huh. Well, that's cool. That's not how we roll, though, at Plain Donuts.
This is all off the cuff, baby.
Off the cuff,
working off the dome.
Flying by the seat of our pants, is that the term?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. That's it.
That's the winner. All right.
Okay. Hello, podcast listeners. It's your favorite co-host, Steve. Don't tell Alicia that I'm your favorite, but let that be our secret. Yeah. Anyway, here I am again in the middle of an episode just to give you the deets regarding our thankfulness that you are our listener. And also social media. That's sort of the thesis of this middle portion. So, genuinely though, we're really stoked to have you as a listener. We love having listeners who are interactive and even listeners who are just there lurking. We like you too a lot. For real though, if you do want to get a hold of us, you can always find us on Facebook, just at Plain Donuts. You can just do a search on there, go to facebook.com/Plain Donuts. We're also on Twitter at Your Plain Donuts, or you can find us on Tumblr if you want to go there too. I don't know why you would, but it's there. yourplaindonuts.tumblr.com. We really do have wonderful listeners, and the channel wouldn't have you as a listener if somebody didn't tell you about the show. So if you love the show, or even if you kind of like it, the way we grow is by you telling your friends that we exist. And we would love for you to continue to do that. You can actually share around the links that we have on Tumblr pretty easily. And those particular episode blurbs have links to iTunes and Stitcher and our Facebook and Twitter and even a direct download of the show. So if you need a resource to help you share the show, that's a great place to go. yourplaindonuts.tumblr.com, even though I said it was a weird place to go earlier. It's for real a good one. So anyway, again, we're super appreciative that you listen and that you seem to like it. So enjoy the rest of the show. Should we pull a topic?
Can you hear our topic sounds? Ugh.
What do we have here? Combined couple names.
Oh, yeah.
Does this make you angry?
This makes me so angry. I'm so upset.
The only one I know is Brangelina.
Brangelina?
No, there's also oh no, Benifer.
Ooh.
It's a pretty good one.
Rad. No, that's bad. That's not good. Don't listen to me.
Kimye? Is that something people
Kimye
say?
Is another one. Oh, yeah. I think celebrity couple names don't bother me as much as like personal couple names.
I have a story about this actually, and it's kind of awkward and a little bit sad.
Does it involve Facebook?
Yeah, actually, no, MySpace, I believe. So I have a nickname from when I was a kid that's Squink, and sometimes people still call me that.
Oh.
#Squink. No, sometimes old friends will still call me that, but my wife actually, for some reason, hates that nickname. She has a nickname, Miso. Mm-hmm. People call her that very frequently. And so when we were originally dating, probably before we, before we got engaged, mostly, but some after too, some still to this day, and we sort of have to quell it because it carries emotions. But anyway, people would call us Squeezo all the time, and it's kind of a cutesy name, right? Yeah. It's not unpleasant, but except for the fact that my wife hates that nickname for me. So, but then I had a roommate, and I won't name names because whatever. I don't want to defame somebody, but they got on MySpace and sent us both this message that was exactly the same wording. And I'm sure they thought they were being very creative and clever, but basically saying Squeezo this, Squeezo that, Squeezo needs to do this, and talking about how
in a weird,
a very accusatory kind of you don't think you're as good as you aren't as good as you think you are kind of thing. It was really uncomfortable, and honestly I try to be humble brag. I try to be a person who takes criticism well. I try to even if it's from a place of anger or whatever, I try to take it in because I'm who's gonna have better criticism for me than somebody who's a critic of me, right? Yeah. My friends are gonna be nice and they want the best for me, but somebody who is in a position or a mood where they're actually angry with me might have valid criticism. So I took this, it was probably 6 or 7 paragraphs written in a loose prose style. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's really ridiculous. But I looked at this whole thing and I was like, where is he getting any of this stuff? I don't mind saying it was a he because I didn't have any female roommates, but I just didn't know. And it turns out it was interesting because I was I think this, at the time I was I don't know, but I think this might be kind of projecting, you know, and honestly, he's an awesome guy. He's a really nice dude and I like him a lot. It was a very awkward time for us because we're why are you attacking us? What's going on right now?
And I think... going back to the original couple names, he referred to you and your wife as a Squeezo together, so he was addressing
both of us.
Both of you as a singular
admittedly,
name.
it was kind of clever. Like, to say this whole thing addresses both of you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, in his mind, he was thinking of what a wonderful artist he was or whatever.
I like think about that and I feel like it's so kind of like cringy, just like, oh, like, oh, just don't, just.
It was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and we were like, why? We didn't understand why we were being attacked, really, and like what. I don't know. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
When you are a person who gets into like a serious relationship, it seems like the natural course of things is that you sort of distance yourself from your friends, not intentionally, and usually it comes back around later where you'll find friends again and like the same, hopefully the same ones or whatever, but you'll start to be more social with other people. But at first, usually it seems like you sort of like are together all the time and are insulated, not intentionally necessarily, but that kind of happens in like all kinds for all kinds of different people when they get in these relationships. And I think that might have been some of what it was coming out, right? Like, oh,
how dare you just hang out with each other and not with us?
Yeah, although that wasn't written in there. Yeah. Oh man, it was so uncomfortable, and like it made me so agitated emotionally. Like, I don't feel like I was angry. I just was very confused. I don't.
Where is this coming from?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, couple names suck.
Couple names. I think what made me originally put this into the bowl are people on Facebook, and I'm sorry if you are a person that does this. I don't mean to offend you. But if you and your significant other have a shared Facebook and you have to combine your names in some way, that for me, I just can't.
Every time I see a shared Facebook, every time I go, what did he do? I don't even think who was the one. Yeah. I'm always like, what did that dude do? You know?
And it's, oh my gosh. And I'm sorry if you just prefer to have it because maybe one of you just doesn't use Facebook as often, or, you know, you just want to use it to keep up on all of your distant relatives, and you're not really actually using it for its social media purposes.
Right.
But when someone is commenting on a post and it's like, JackNDiane, like, it's not, you can't have spaces because Facebook has a thing where you have to use your real name, and if you put your name together in, like, one single sentence, then it won't, like, show up as, like, oh, it's fake. So, JackNDiane.
JackNDiane Johnson.
Yeah. And it's usually, like, N.
Yeah.
Like, not as and. It's, like, Jack and Diane Johnson. I'm like, oh, I just don't. And then they're in a comment, and then they'll end it with Jack. Like, okay. Like, it's, like, so, out of this shared profile, they write their comment, and then I know, okay, it's Jack. Or, okay, you know, blah, blah, blah. Diane. Like, okay. But when they comment and you don't know who it is, it's like, what?
Just imagine you're not addressing both of them. Yeah. Both of them are addressing you.
And then do I talk back to both of them and then just kind of see what happens? But I don't.
It's like they have a split personality. Can I talk to Jack now, please?
Yeah, like, Diane, let him go, please. Let him have his own Facebook. It's fine. But I think it's really what makes it, on top of that, makes it more awkward is when they originally had separate Facebook profiles and then they were combined, but then they became separate again. So you know there was a very specific reason for them to combine Facebook profiles and a very specific reason why they decided to separate. It makes it
so public,
oh, yeah,
too.
it's just so, like, don't do that. Don't. It just don't.
It's so bad. Like, and maybe, I could see the innocent logic of it where you're like, well, the situation to me where it seems most reasonable is like, oh, well, he or she doesn't use Facebook very much, so we're just going to combine it, and we don't have anything to hide from each other, of course. Stop it. So, you know, like, it's fine to have this blended account. But then all of your friends are like, what?
Yeah.
Like, Jack seems like a nice guy, but apparently he's got some issues, you know? Like.
And I think if if you are switching off so frequently in your Facebook profile as a single profile, as a couple, then just get separate ones. Like, it doesn't, just make it less complicated for everybody.
See,
like,
I have a weird thing about it, though, and I'm sure my wife kind of feels the same way. Like, since I was a kid, I felt like I had sort of, this is stupid, like an online persona, right?
Online personality.
And even like, as soon as I got, like, Twitter in, 2007, I think it was.
Twitter.
I was like, I'm going to post quality things.
Yeah.
And, like, so to me, like, part of my compulsion is that, like, I have, this is so stupid. I have, like, a sort of bar that has to be hit for things, and, like, it's, I don't know why I feel that way. Like, it needs to be, I'm presenting it to everyone.
It has to be a certain caliber of content.
The quality must be high. It must have some element of cleverness, or at least like something emotional to it, which is more rare than me trying to be clever, and most of the time the cleverness is just my stupidest jokes get more likes than stuff that I think is good. But that's a weird measurement anyway.
Yeah.
Likes? What? Anyway.
Likes? Anyways, that's all I have to say. I understand why you would have a combined Facebook account.
Yeah.
But we live in a time where everyone has personal devices.
Yeah.
You have personal computers. You have different laptops and different things that you can use. There's no need to share a Facebook account unless somebody did something, and that's what everybody's thinking when they see that. And
it's so awkward.
It's just awkward. Just don't. I mean, do it, but just don't be my friend. I'm sorry.
This has been a little ditty about JackNDiane.
Yeah. And there we go. All right. We probably have time for one more topic, right? Or we can even fit in 5, depending on what I pick out.
Yeah.
All right. The topic I have picked is Toddlers and Tiaras.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Did you write that down, or did I write?
I think we kind of both maybe came up with... I mean, I physically wrote down this topic.
I mean, we could kind of broaden this to just generally bad reality
TLC
television.
TV.
But man, do I hate that show. That show in particular. Not even like the Honey Boo Boo age of that show, but the modern age of it. I just hate it so much.
I think what is so confusing to me is that these I'll just use moms.
Sure.
I don't really see pageant dads ever.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a very regular watcher of the show. I've maybe seen 4 or 5 episodes.
Okay.
But they spend thousands of dollars on dresses, on fake tans, on fake teeth for 5-year-olds, on hair, on makeup. They bring in these professionals, and the prizes for these things are... what, $500
yeah,
maybe?
Scholarships.
Like, yeah.
Usually,
just,
no, sometimes it's cash, I think.
Cash, yeah. Have you seen one with scholarships? Because I haven't seen one before. Is it like a college scholarship?
I don't know. I know when you get into the older pageants, I think you can get scholarship stuff. But it's always young people pageants. For me, I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, why are you caring this much about it? I don't know. Part of me is like, okay, they're learning some discipline to learn these routines and stuff, but I don't feel like the bar should be that high for kids. I don't feel like you should be like, no, you got the steps wrong. Yeah. Stay in time.
I think the tiaras part I can handle, but the toddlers part is a little weird to me. Like, if you're gonna wax your children's eyebrows, like don't do that to a 5-year-old. Like, stop that.
I think we need to... I know lots of people like this particular show.
Yeah.
And we're not giving it a fair shake, probably, because we are just here...
We're cynical millennials.
Yeah.
We don't like this kind of garbage
I don't know.
TV.
It's a little weird though. Like they've started to develop like factions within the show.
Weird.
Like this lady coached all these girls, and this lady coached all these girls, and
so
this girl came over to this lady from that coach, and like so there's like all this drama to it, and I'm like, these are babies, like they're children. Why are you using them as these pawns in this weird social game? Yeah. High school ended before you had the kids. Stop it. But anyway, I shouldn't rant about it.
It is. I don't really get it. And I'm actually, Steve, I was a pageant child.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not, I'm speaking as a ex-pageant child here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really remember. I think I was 3, 4 in my pageant days.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember my parents or my mom ever making me do anything that I didn't want to do, but I also don't really remember anything anyways because I was 3/4.
Yeah.
But I do remember... and you can look this up, and you might be able to find it. I landed a modeling contract with Sears.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in the Sears catalog for, like, their summer, and I don't know where you would even look it up. It's, like, probably 96 or something, 97 Sears catalog. But, it was just a weird time because they would make you put on clothes that were way too small and, like, really itchy, and...
Weird.
It's just kind of weird, and I don't know, like, I never saw any of the pageant money, so obviously my mom pocketed it and spent it on wine, or I don't know, whatever. So, it was just a weird time.
It doesn't seem to be something I can Google.
I don't know if you could Google it. I have pictures, and actually Steve nicely shared an older photo of him, so it's only fair that I go and find a picture of me.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Days. So, and glamour shots, if you're also familiar with that, that's how I those are like my headshots were glamour shots. Mm-hmm. So, they took you in, like my hair was
so
all
wonderful.
Done up. I was wearing something that Queen Elizabeth probably is wearing recently, like a fancy hat and like this pantsuit sort of thing. It was weird. It was bizarre, but it's just...
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, hopefully I can find this. I promise to come through if I do, but... Oh, Steve picked something else out of the bowl.
I don't know if we can do this one.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if we can bear the weight of it.
Oh, okay. Let's try it out.
Anti-vaxxers.
Oh, no! Why do we have to pick this so close to when we have to be done? Usually we don't have a time limit.
We could leave it as like a cliffhanger for next time and just pick another easy one before the...
Anti-vaxxers.
I think we need to come back to this.
Oh, yeah, we can't deal with this right now.
It's too heavy.
Too good, and we need to pick something else.
This is a good one. This is one that we don't have to talk about for very long. Steve lettering in drama in high school.
Oh, yes! I remember writing this down. I'm really excited about learning more about this.
Well,
Steve I think you've kind of mentioned it a little bit.
Sure.
But maybe more often than like when we're talking.
What I mean by lettering is the fact that I was just a prissy little drama queen in high school.
I think, we need to set the stage here.
No, I'm not even talking about high school drama class. I'm just saying I was super dramatic. That's also true. Okay. Actually, I did both.
Yeah. So you were in high school when?
I graduated in 2003.
2003, okay. So we are...
NSYNC is like the height of their career.
Is hot right now. Nelly?
Nelly? Hot in Here was so big in high school.
Hot in Her, I should say. I should pronounce it correctly. And that might be a correction that I might have to make later. I'm not looking this up. But, we just passed Y2K. So we survived all of that.
9/11 happened while I was in high school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pretty dramatic, I guess.
We'll take a little somber mood for a second. But,
that was a crazy time.
Yeah.
So anyway, the way you letter in something, basically, in case you were wondering or you didn't already know, is you just do that thing a lot and get good grades in it. So I basically took all the drama classes you could take. Even like as a senior, I think I took like drama classes that I had already taken just because I was like, I don't need more credits. I'm taking drama. So,
yeah. So did you do a lot of plays and stuff? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I did.
Did you do musicals too?
I tried out. I don't think I got a part. I think I said specifically that I was trying out because my sister wanted to try out. And I just wasn't all that interested in being part of the musical. I don't remember why. I think it's because I had youth group like on Wednesday nights or something, and I didn't want
Steve is like real popular, and he's got lots of extracurricular activities going on in his high school life.
I don't know that popularity had much to do with it. Anyway, I think I told them, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I have the time, but my sister wanted to try out for the musical, so here I am, or whatever. I think that's what the context was. But yeah, so, I did do, we did a play called Arsenic and Old Lace.
Oh, yeah,
if you haven't seen that, I played the character of Teddy Roosevelt in that play, or actually Teddy, the nephew, who thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. It was a really, really fun part. And then we did like a one act, I think, in high school that was like directed by somebody from the class, and I ended up playing the lead in that, but it was so bad. I had to have an English accent, and I was much better at an English accent in high school than I am now. Much better. But I didn't have the words memorized very well by the time we did it.
Oh, jeez.
And our director, it seemed like he was a little bit aloof and wasn't really too into it, which kind of sucked too. I think he wanted to be acting in it and not directing.
One of those.
Which is okay. And actually, I had to kiss a girl in that one act. And it was weird. Man, that was an awkward situation. I also had a girlfriend that it was sort of like a long-term girlfriend in high school. And that was a pretty dramatic moment in our relationship.
I can imagine.
And I think... Or maybe it was like right after her and I broke up or something like... And then
I'm going to go in this play where I kiss a girl a bunch of times.
And then I ended up really liking that girl, and then she was like, "No, Steve," and I was like, "No,
Steve, it's just acting."
The
Steve.
Rejection, it hurts so much.
And that's when he became very serious. He used the pain to let her in acting in high school.
We also had a class called Impact Team, which was a team that you tried out for. And it was like the best actors. But really what we did was learn skits that were like had strong messages, like
after school
don't
special
do drugs.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And we would go around to different schools and do these little Impact Team events. Man, that was actually a really fun class. So I was able to do that and get grades that way too, and it was pretty fun.
So you actually got you got a jacket then?
No, I didn't. I could have gotten a jacket. I didn't get a jacket. I did wear like a rope though. On my, when you.
Yeah.
So I think I had a purple rope or something.
Whoa,
I don't know if they were color coded. I don't think they were. You just got you got them for however many things you lettered in. And the craziest part is I almost didn't graduate high school. Because I had failed one semester of biology. Because I was really, 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 really bad in the morning. I just could not do mornings. I got kicked out of the jazz band because I was so bad at mornings.
Steve's got so many interesting high school stories. We're going to have to revisit this again.
But no, I failed one semester of biology. But I graded above the curve on the test at the end of the year. So I got, my teacher literally said, if you grade above the curve at the end of the year, I'll give you an A because you obviously learned. Yeah. And so, but he didn't give me an A for the first semester, which is where I failed. So I had to go back and take a bunch of tests to prove that I knew the material. Otherwise, I wouldn't have graduated high school.
And where would Steve be if he didn't graduate high school?
I don't know. Well, that would have sucked a lot.
Yeah, that would have been kind of weird.
Yeah, and I have such a bipolar high school experience because I almost didn't graduate and failed some classes, but also did really well on a couple AP tests and lettered in drama.
Steve's high school career is just a roller coaster.
It's so crazy. It's coming out in my new high school novel. A high school roller coaster.
Yeah. And I think on that note, we've been talking for, 45
minutes or so, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening. This has been the Plain Donuts Podcast.
Yeah.
Find us on Twitter at Your Plain Donuts, YOUR Plain Donuts, on Facebook, and on Tumblr.
Yeah. Facebook is just regular Plain Donuts, but
Just
just Google Plain Donuts Podcast. You'll find it.
Find us. I've been clicking through on lots of computers to improve our SEO.
Nice. Nice. Well, I've been your co-host, Steve.
And I'm your co-host, Alicia.
See ya. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.